Hello, my name is Jared Galan, and this is my agriculture field experience. Agriculture has evolved all across the world, from small backyard farms to industrial farms. Society has always relied on great farming techniques to survive. Going all the way back into the Stone Ages, settlers never had the ability to homestead their homes. They always had nomad behavior in order to survive, until the introduction of farming came to play. In the earlier years of farming, you would see people live on their farms and provide their own food for their own families. Due to urbanization, technology development, and further understanding of biotechnology, farms have now grown into industrial businesses. Since this industrialized farming has taken place, many concerns of environmental issues have increased, such as land and air pollution. Pesticides create a chemical imbalance that turns rich soil into a hazardous mess for wildlife. With time, these pesticides find themselves in waterways and spoil many other ecosystems. As the world is starting to address some of the environmental impacts, pesticides need to be the first task addressed in relation to industrial farming. In addition to land pollution, air pollution is affected by all the harmful gases that machinery and plants release in the atmosphere. With these machines running on a non-stop basis, air pollution is getting worse by the day. I can gladly say the United States has an EPA regulation, and they have stepped in on this and created many emission-controlled parts for diesel and gasoline engines that operate in these fields. This helps reduce and recycle polluted air before reaching the atmosphere. A sustainable agriculture practice is exemplified through Buckingham Farms. Buckingham Farms is a small organic produce stand that services the Buckingham area. I have become personal with this place as I only live walking distance from it. All my fresh produce always comes from here. Their mission statement is everything at Buckingham Farms is naturally grown by agricultural specialists with years of experiment. We get more crops for less space, so we're able to harvest more with a smaller impact on the planet. We only practice responsible farming and pledge a commitment to our local community and economy. Supporting local businesses is something important for the community and environment. If you ever stop in, don't forget to try their great food and say hi to Booger, which is an African spur turtle that is absolutely massive. In today's world, agriculture businesses is very expensive and competitive. Small business owners are either ran out or can't compete with high outflow industrial farmers have. According to Fast Company, a startup farm that is decently sized usually averages anywhere between $2 to $5 million. This includes machinery, irrigation, and land development so the farm can start the growing process. Single-owned business farmers can't compete with shareholder companies that have billions of dollars to operate with. In recent studies, farmers have now converted their smaller farms to a more natural and organic process that is better on their environment and human health. Industrialized farming has found that GMO research is a great profit gain and puts less impacts on society. But what most don't understand is GMO is a modified component that can be patented, which doesn't give the opportunity for small businesses owners any advantage. But people have taken a liking to small grown fields, and it actually can become a family experiment. Like Buckingham Farms, people pay the extra money to gain the experience of personalized picking of crops. I wish more places like this were around so everyone can have the opportunity for this. After watching the short clip of 1960 Harvest of Shame, the issues of social distance related to agriculture has many problems. During the video, I was able to learn about the child labor, poor pay, and the treatment of disrespect. Many of these early generation farmers had slaves to do their work for them and not pay them. During this time, farmers were angry. They had to pay these people wages and treated them awful. In the video, it was stated they now hire slaves. These farmers were making a large profit off the land of migrant workers. These people had no other option but to work for these wages in order to provide for their families. Now in modern times, many now work under the Fair Food Act, which makes people to agree to purchase produce from growers who provide various rights and protections from farm works and workers. Food deserts are found to be located in low-income areas where these people have very little access to fresh foods. Many organizations go out of their way to provide some of these food options. Now with technology, grocery shopping can be delivered to your doorstep for almost the same cost of one going out. Many have now made small gardens that help aid in fresh produce. Also, animal farms have been changing their systematic ways of how they raise them and treat them. Many farmers have been exposed to harassment towards these animals and the effect of it causes. It is important to understand that large-scale farming affects the environment drastically. Food is a regular thing. Every living thing on Earth needs food to survive. Some of the current sustainable movements people have been using is small garden options, community-bought crops, and diet changes. Unlike the past, many stores, restaurants, and communities have converted to a more sustainable, healthier balance that accommodate both needs of health and human environments. A great example of this is Babcock Ranch and their organized crop community. This community has designed a special location for members to personally grow their crops. This helps the environment by giving the closest natural growing process that urban community can offer. This concludes my field trip experience on agriculture field.